Hello and good morning to you all, and welcome back to the Gina camera. It is back. We are seeing our wonderful view from out there again. Basically, what happened is I had to install a Starlink out there. I didn't install it. The good people with Senlaw Broadcasting did that, and yeah. So we've got a Starlink out there. We are now good to go on data, and we are going to have this wonderful view as we head into our secondary severe season. But yes, here is that view. Saw some birds flying by earlier, and I'm glad to have it. Also, having some issues with the Rapides Regional Medical Center camera, and we are getting that fixed as well. So we can know what the problem is. We're going to get that all set up, and we are going to be 8 for 8 once again. That is glorious news. And there goes the traffic here in Alexandria. 81 degrees right now. Dew point 74, so it's warm, it's humid, and yes, we do have a developing tropical system down to our southeast. That's not going to impact us, but look at that out there toward Corsicana and Lufkin. We have some storms in Texas. These are going to make it here, I think, later this afternoon, most likely this evening, so most likely around or after sunset, which is around 7 o'clock this time of year. So we are getting those days to start to shrink up. That's why we're going to see some cooler temperatures as well. And here is your day planner for today. I think our best chance for storms again comes late in the afternoon and evening. We'll see highs up around 90 degrees for this afternoon. But cooler areas on the way on the backside of that hurricane and that upper level system coming down, that pushes a cold front through our area. But for today, it's still pretty warm and humid. Here you see those scattered storms popping up, some clouds in the afternoon. So if you do need a little rain, it looks like we'll get that. You can see just kind of a smattering of storms by about 8 o'clock, and these are going to move across the area. I think we'll see more of those develop late into the night, maybe early morning tomorrow, and we'll see some scattered stuff for Wednesday as well. Not everyone gets rain out of this, but I think where we do, we could see up to an inch. So it's going to range from nothing at all to probably about an inch or so. And the severe outlook showing that any real threat for severe weather is going to be to our north. So not really concerned with that. Of course, whenever we have storms out there, we'll always be watching radar. But the big story is what's going on in the tropics. First off, before we get to future Helene, I think we could see that named as soon as 10 o'clock here. So we have another area watching. We're watching out in the central Atlantic. We are not worried about this one. Probably becomes a system, but this one should hook out to sea. What we are concerned with, not locally, but for Florida, is this massive blob up here that is now south of Cuba. Let me, in fact, get my cursor up there. Okay, so this is up here. There we go. So the Isle of Youth right here. Your center right now is about right here. And you can see these storms are forming right over top of that. So I think we are about to have liftoff with this thing as it shoots the gap right there through the Yucatan Channel and comes up through some of the warmest oceanic heat content that we have out there. So this is going to have tons of fuel. I think conditions improve. And once we get thunderstorms to form over this center and get a core, I think rapid intensification is pretty much a foregone conclusion. So NHC forecasting a Cat 3 at landfall. We could see that. We could see higher than that. We are going to be watching this one because, I know tons of connections to Florida around this area. A lot of people probably planning on traveling there soon, and you're going to want to go ahead and just kind of push a pause on those plans because I think we're going to see some major disruptions out of this one. Here is the spaghetti model forecast. You see this thing making a run for the Yucatan, then taking a hard right up toward Florida, and quite the clustering here. So from around, let's say, Cedar Key over toward Panama City, that's kind of your wide range look at things. Apalachicola, St. Mark's, that area, that's where it looks like this thing's going to come inland and create some problems. And then it goes inland and moves quickly. So we could see damaging wind all the way up toward Atlanta with this. We're going to have a lot of heavy rain as well. And this thing kind of gets pulled back toward the west into that main upper level feature that is going to protect us. And this is a really good look at this steering outlook here. Big trough here, dipping down like that. Big high pressure out here. So everything kind of gets funneled up this way into Florida. And then because this thing is so strong right here, it's going to pull that center back in and it's going to create some heavy rain up in the mid-Mississippi River Valley. For us, we get some storms this evening into tomorrow. That's about it. Nothing really concerning locally. But here is what it looks like for PTC-9 as it continues on right up toward the Yucatan Channel. And you can see the strength here, hurricane level. Then we get up to 1 and boom, Category 3. Still some water to run here. And look at this, from 1 p.m. on Thursday to 1 a.m., so a 12-hour stretch. This thing moves from about the latitude of Tampa up to central Georgia. Georgia, just south of Macon. So 70-mile-per-hour winds still as it's up here. If we see a stronger system at landfall, this wind could be pushed again up as far north as the southern suburbs of Atlanta. So we're going to see power outages most likely spread well inland through Georgia. Again, this is not probably going to be Hurricane Michael, but I think we're going to see a growing circulation, so a large circulation that's going to impact a large part of the peninsula of Florida, and then we're going to see our most big problems here right there in that Big Bend region. That's where this thing's probably coming inland, and we're going to see some surge issues, possibly Tampa. There are some models that bring this really close to Tampa, and if this thing moves just west of Tampa, that's going to bring in tons of water right there into the bay. So we will be watching this here, obviously praying that this thing stays a little tamer and we do not get this to rapidly intensify, but all indications are right now that it will. So scattered storms here again, we range from nothing on the rainfall totals up to about an inch, and this is through Monday, but this is really just for today and tomorrow. And here's your 7-day forecast showing you what we have going on. Scattered storms today and tomorrow. Beyond that, not much going on. Once those remnants of future Helene get to our north, we're going to actually see some really, really nice weather. Overnight lows low to mid 60s, daytime highs low to mid 80s. And really no rain chance, and I don't see much going further than this either. We don't see much in the way of rain to start October. So if you need rain, I hope you get it over the next day or two, because that's it. And then we're out of the rainfall forecast. Temperatures around where they should be, which to start October is like low to mid 80s. Overnight lows low 60s. So here we go into the cool stuff. Obviously, a serious situation out there in Florida. Again, I posted about this, but if you are vacationing out there right now, I would go ahead and get out today, because it's going to be okay there tomorrow. The problem is the evacuations are going to go out, and we're going to see a lot of people evacuating from Florida, especially from that eastern panhandle region and then down into parts of the peninsula. I could see some evacuations as well along the coast, and some people, possibly as far south as Tampa, just wanting to be safe and get out of there. So it's going to get busy, and you don't want to be there when this one comes in, because while it is not a system right now that has a name, this is something that the aircraft is already finding has winds of 45, 50 miles per hour. So once this does get that official classification, which I think comes in like a half hour, we are going to probably see this thing go straight to tropical storm status and probably be a hurricane within the next day or so. So that will up the concern level for a lot of people, but I think we're just going to go ahead and say that's most likely going to happen. So if you are out that way, I would go ahead and get out of there today, get out of the way, and let them do their thing. Good morning, everyone. Goodbye, everyone. I am done for now. I will be doing an update on Helene for future Helene over on the United Cajun Navy site. I'll see you over there if you'd like to stop by. Probably going to wait until closer to 10 for that, because that's when we'll get this next update to come in. I hope you guys have a wonderful Tuesday. I will see you back here tomorrow morning.